in our wholeheartedly embracing that we, in some perspective, is scandalous. You could just imagine that we're being scandalized by an innocent man was being nailed on the cross, paid for our sins. An exaltation of the Holy Cross, reminding us today that each one of us carries his or her cross. Magkakaiba lang po ang krus po natin sa buhay. Magkakaibang anyo. Magkakaiba po ng weight. But we all carry cross or crosses in life, in which we know that the cross of life that we carry is in fact that all of us, they're not what we call feel convenient, but the cross actually causes a lot of inconvenience in our life. Hindi po lahat ay gustong nagdadala ng krus. Hindi po lahat ay gustong may krus na dinadala sa buhay. Sa katunayan, marami po sa atin, sawang-sawa na nagdadala ng krus. Pagod na sa pagdadala ng krus sa buhay. Ngunit ang kapistahan, the feast of the exaltation of the cross of Jesus, my dear friends, is giving us a great hope and the great meaning that all our crosses, all our sufferings, all our struggles, they have actually meaning. And that we realize after all, looking at the cross of Jesus, our crosses are incomparable with the cross of Christ. My dear brothers and sisters, the cross of Christ would symbolize of His great love to us. This is the reason why He gave His life, because of His great love for us. Secondly, also, the cross of Christ is a symbol that through the cross of Christ, He conquered multitude of sins. He conquered sins. And through the cross of Christ, He conquered death. In which this is what we also share with Him. In our humility and openness and willingness to carry our crosses. For we know that our cross will surely become our salvation. My dear brothers and sisters, the exaltation of the cross of Jesus on its feast will remind us that we too also be exalted. That is why let us humbly, let us willingly, let us wholeheartedly carry our crosses in life. Sa panahon ng pandemya, pinapasan po natin ang napakabigat na krus sa buhay. Lalong-lalo na po ngayon, damang-dama po natin ang hirap at pagsubok ng buhay. Para itong pandemya ay it gives us an equal share. It does not excuse someone, but all of us having an equal share of the cross of Christ. But of course, for some, it is more than. For aside from this COVID-19, may sumasabay bang personal na problema, may sumasabay mga iba't ibang pagsubok sa buhay. But we know that in this feast day of this exaltation of the cross of Jesus, reminding us all that in our wholehearted and willingness to embrace our cross in life, we too will have a share, and we too will be exalted. And it gives us more meaning and reasons to hope and to live. Ano kaya kung wala ng krus? Ano kaya kung wala ng problema ang isang tao? Sa tingin niyo po ba, he finds life meaningful? But in fact, what makes our life meaningful and wonderful is because the crosses that we carry in life. The more crosses that we carry, which means the more blessings that God is giving us. The crosses that we carry are actually great opportunities of growth. Pag tinatanong mo, bakit marami akong pagsubok sa buhay? Bakit marami akong dinadalang krus sa buhay? Dahil alam ng Diyos that you can carry the cross. Because He knows that you can carry your cross all through. Bakit kaya tinatanong po natin, kailan kayo matatapos ang pasanin ko sa buhay? Habang may buhay ka, may papasanin kang krus. Dahil walang iba kundi ang krus natin sa buhay ang siyang tumutulong para makamtan po natin ang ating kaligtasan. Isn't it that when we have difficulties, isn't it when we face problems in life, isn't it that when all of a sudden we are faced with great problems, we are humbled by the situation, and we realize after all, perhaps this is God's way of reminding us, humbling us, most especially grounding us, that perhaps for a time our feet has not been grounded to the ground. And yet we see, my dear brothers and sisters, that the great challenge of the crosses that we carry is in fact, we don't realize after all, they have great purposes. They have great reasons. And most especially, these are actually great opportunity. But after all, we realize they are great blessings in our life. My dear brothers and sisters, on this phase of the triumph of the cross, as we look at the cross of Jesus, our salvation, reminding us that let us not abandon our cross, but let us carry our cross, because our cross is our salvation. Amen.